Hi, and welcome back. In our last video, we added this chat right here, and we're back to the front page of the Moodle that we're building for this project. This time, we're going to be adding a forum, and we're going to make it graded. Now, just a quick word on grading forums. Obviously, you want to have a rubric set up so that your grading of forums can be consistent. If you see my plan, written out, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 separate forums for this project, and I want to make sure that my grading across all of those is consistent, fair, and if I have to do different things for different forums, I want to make sure that the students know exactly how I'm grading for each forum. I tend to have one grading scheme for most of my forums, and then if there is a deviation in that, I let the students know. So like if they're submitting a project or whatever, I say, this is graded by whatever rubric. So without further ado, let's add that forum. Add an activity, and it's going to be a forum. Forum name, this is going to be the introductory forum, straight out of my little list. Now, it's going to be a standard forum for general use. I could make it a single, simple discussion if I wanted them just to discuss one thing, but they might have multiple ideas, or actually for this, they should have multiple ideas. So I want them to have the ability to do that. Each person posts one discussion, so if you want to force the issue so that students every student has to post something before they can respond to others, you can do that. And then the Q&A forum, so if you have a question and answer format, you can use that. My forum introduction is going to be my instructions. I'm always careful to make sure that the instructions are presented. If it's a hybrid class, instructions are presented in class. If it's a purely online class, I do like a video, much like this one, or a Voki, or something where they can hear the instructions, then read the instructions again. And a lot of times the instructions, if it's a purely online class, will be in a web page back referenced on the main page. But we'll talk more about that later. So the forum introduction now, and how the students are going to see this forum is like this. Please discuss how you will fulfill the and there's a typo, the 4 parts of a good introduction discussed in class. Each group member should address one section, and every group member should respond. This form. So this form will be graded by the forum grading rubric, and I'm going to set that aside, like make it a little bit different. Force everybody to be subscribed? No. Read tracking for this forum is optional. Maximum attachment size is uploads are not allowed because they don't need to upload any documents for this one. And here, aggregate type. So there's a variety of different things you could do with Moodle. Usually what I say is maximum of rating or whatever. Depending on how you're doing your grading, these don't matter. But you can do an average of ratings, and all the students get to grade each other. Count of ratings, so how many times that student was rated. Maximum rating, minimum rating, sum of ratings, so on and so forth. I tend to pick maximum rating. And then under grade, you almost always want to use a number grade. My forum posts are always worth 5 points, so I do it. That's how I do it. If I wanted to restrict ratings to posts within a specific date range, so I didn't want them to be able to go back and post after the fact, then I would click this. I'm not a big fan of that, but but I can understand if you're doing like a timed exercise during class or for homework or whatever, where you just want them to be able to post during one time period, you could do that. Post threshold for blocking. This is if you have students who go in and kind of spam the boards, spam the forum, just posting things repeatedly and not really being off topic or whatever, you could set this post threshold so that students may only post 1, 2, 3, or a dozen times before they're blocked. And then you could say, okay, you're blocked from this forum for 6 days, 1 week, or whatever. And kind of let things settle down. If you're having a debate forum, the post threshold for blocking is very, very useful. Common module settings, we've got separate groups. This is visible. And right now it's just going to stay uncategorized because I haven't set up any categories. Not all Moodles have this last box. If you're setting up something on the NC State Moodle, they don't have this last box for ID number and grade category. They just don't use those features. They have them turned off. So let's save and display so we can see what our forum looks like. And this is what it looks like. Add a new discussion topic. And they'll click there. No problem. And then things to note about forums. You may already know. You can force everybody to be subscribed as the administrator. So if you have a news forum or an announcements forum, you want to do that. Show edit current subscribers or subscribe to this forum yourself. So there's a variety of different things that you can do. The students will only be able to subscribe to this forum or unsubscribe to the forum. Well, that looks pretty good, so I think I'm done for today. We have set up a forum. That forum is graded, and we've discussed a couple of other things, so pretty good.